Good morning, everyone. I, Kritika Sati, welcome you all to the second day of Session Orientation Program, the 5-day orientation program for the students of DME Media School. The special orientation program aims to introduce the students to various facets of mass communication. It is being organized by DME Media School, Delhi Metropolitan Education, an A-grade premier educational institute affiliated to Guru Gobind Singh Indraprasth University, New Delhi, and approved by Bar Council of India. The institute offers BBA, BA LLB, BBA LLB, and BA GMC programs. DME believes in imparting world-class education to its students while training them to develop and enhance their skills. This education and training enables them to take up the challenges of the industry and create space for themselves with their competence and vigor. The session orientation program for batch 2019-22 and 2018-21 is being steered by DME Media School, which is one of the top media schools in the country and focuses on the growth of the faculty as well as students through academic and co-curricular activities. We keep organizing various sessions and events to offer our students exposure, practical learning, and industry interactions. We successfully organized Intika in November 2019. Both the events saw huge participation. Additionally, we also have BG Varghese lecture series, which is organized every month with eminent media personalities and experts, delivering special sessions, special lectures on the issues related to media and other subjects of contemporary value. Among the various conferences and seminars that DME Media School organizes on regular intervals, ICANN has emerged as a brand in a short time. We have organized 3 editions of ICANN. First 2 editions were organized in the year 2018. ICANN 1 was organized in March 2018 on the theme of India and Changing Aspects of News, and ICANN 2 was held in November 2018 on the theme Indian Cinema and Alternate Networks. The 3rd edition of ICANN and world's first 10-day digital live international conference, ICANN 3, took place in June 2020 on the theme Issues of Community Agenda and News. It was held over Zoom application, adapting with the changing world. The 3 conferences witnessed large participation of delegates and experts from different parts of the world. Now, the COVID-19 has caused disruption in most fields, including education, but teaching learning shall never stop or pause. Therefore, given the extraordinary circumstances, DME Media School quickly adapted to the change and leveraged technology to impart education to the students. Video lectures and in-depth study material was shared in contemporary times, keeping in mind the safety of the students. We will be uploading video lectures on Polpol, a digital learning platform, followed by subject-specific online tutorials and lab classes. Apart from the curricular activities, we also organized various webinar series which discussed about the impact of COVID-19 on various industries. And we recently concluded our Media Master web series, wherein we familiarized the media aspirants with different fields of mass communication. Also, to provide our students a new platform, we have started a student-centric chat show face-to-face. The first episode was held yesterday, that is August 4, 2020. We have taken all measures to build a digital campus for seamless online education.
DME has embraced digital paradigm shift by adopting technology-based learning.
Unlike other colleges, we adopted a 2-step strategy. In step 1, teachers would be preparing the videos, students would be watching them. In step 2, the student would be coming to the tutorial, clarifying the doubts, making the presentations, and discuss with the teacher.
At DME, we have invested in the best in the class academic ERP, which allows us to have a 360-degree robust communication amongst all the stakeholders, students and faculty members.
DME's virtual learning mechanism is no less than real-time classroom teaching,
wherein the students are provided the pool of e-learning resources in the form of PPTs, video lectures, and online classes in a very student-friendly environment.
there is no need of mental blocks. Online teaching is as effective and interesting as offline teaching. Let the students enjoy this new mode of education.
In DME, we believe in quality education. We take care of our students. We want to see them happy.
Today is the second day of our session orientation program. This session focuses on the subject basics of new media, and the topic for today is Internet of Things, its usage in media. To speak on this very interesting topic, we have with us Dr. Uma Shankar Pandey. Dr. Uma Shankar Pandey is an officer on special duty at School of Open Learning, University of Delhi. He holds PhD degree in computer science. He is also associated with School of Open Learning, University of Delhi. He has 29 years of teaching experience in the field of computer science, besides supervising research scholars in the field of mobile commerce, artificial intelligence, expert system, data warehouse, data mining, e-learning and e-governance, cloud computing and grid computing. Dr. Pandey has published 7 books and diverse range of more than 50 research papers to his credit in the national and international journals of repute. Dr. Pandey also worked as professor and director of WIPS, affiliated to Guru Gobind Singh Indraprasth University, Delhi. Dr. Pandey has delivered more than 50 online live lectures in different areas of computer science at CEC UGC Vyas channel, which are also available on YouTube. He was also coordinator of IGNOU Study Center. He is an editor of Indian Journal of Mathematical and Computer Sciences. Thank you, sir, for joining us. It is a great fortune for us and our students to have you with us to talk on such a pertinent topic. Thank you, sir. We are also joined by Dr. Amrish Saxena, Dean, DME Media School and Director of DME Studios and Productions. Dr. Saxena is an accomplished media professional, researcher, author, anchor, and political analyst. He has worked on different media platforms ranging from theatre, puppetry, print, radio, television, films, and digital before switching over to media academics and research. Dr. Saxena has played a long inning in active journalism, having association with groups like the pioneer Amrit Bazar Patrika during 1980s. He has worked as correspondent for the first ever TV Hindi news magazine Parak on Doordarshan during 1990s. He has been anchoring the highly rated program of AIR FM Gold Market Mantra for close to 2 decades. Dr. Saxena has academic association with more than 20 universities, which include 4 central, 5 state, and 9 private and deemed universities. He has 36 books to his credit as sole author, main author, chapter writer, and editor. And he has presented more than 60 research papers in national and international seminars and conferences. Sir, I would like to welcome you, and I would like to request you to please acknowledge the gathering.
Should we start, Ritika?
Sir, yes, we'll be starting shortly. So before starting, I would like to introduce about the, I would like to say some things to the students who are gathered here. And before that, I would like to request Dr. Saxena to say a few words, then we can start.
Thank you, Kritika. Welcome, Professor U.S. Pandey. He is kind enough to agree to address this session. He is an old friend and colleague, and despite his very busy schedule these days in SOL, DU, because this whole pandemic has put pressure on everybody. So in DU also he is handling a lot of such things, and the whole study material which was to be produced, which was to be made available to the students who are doing online education in DU. Now all that material is in DME. We are producing a lot of video lectures and all. So the same thing is happening in Delhi University, and Professor U.S. Pandey is supervising that all. So he is already under tremendous work pressure there, but then he spared time to talk to our students. So thank you, Professor Pandey, to be with us today. And since new media basics or new media, and we have number of such papers because the way the technology is developing, it is necessary for the students to be well versed with the technological advancement which are happening. So it's equally important to teachers and students. So we as teachers are also trying to learn, try to update ourselves. Similarly, the students are also supposed to be updated on these things. And as I was telling you, in BAJMC, the 3-year bachelor's program,
Session along with me. Before we start the session, I would request everyone to please keep the audio muted and request you to please write your questions in the chat box. I and Mr. Kamil will be taking up the questions on your behalf. So without taking any further time, I would now like to request Dr. Pandey sir, please to begin the session.
Which chooses IoT, Internet of Things. It is one of the best and latest area which is happening in the area of computer science and very much related to the media. Fortunately, with the help of Mr. Saxena ji, I was a little bit aware about this mass communication, and just because of him, I was very much associated with some of the programs which have been organized related to the mass media. And if I remember, one of them was Spandan, which have been a mega event at country level. And fortunately, I was involved. Now, what is I would nowadays you are learning a lot of things and data analytics. What is happening is this technology.
Yeah, actually we're having some difficulty, technical difficulty, like there are some signal problems.
I think you have unmuted me. Of physical objects, as I mentioned, devices, vehicles, buildings, and other items embedded with electronics, software sensors, and network connectivity, as I mentioned, just to exchange the data between physical objects. Imagine, just think where your chair can talk with your table, where your book can talk with your pen, where your glasses can talk with your shirt. Just these things are happening. Imagine, just take a very simple example. I'm just saying lively. What is happening is you are using car every day. Nowadays, the car is coming with the full sensors. And those sensors, if there is any kind of problem, you cannot start your car. Each and everything is well connected. Not even that. Just talk about your home appliances. From your house itself, you can switch on your all electricity things at your home.
So there seems to be some technical problem. Dr. Pandey, there is some issue that we are not able to listen to you.
The temperature and all the things.
Sir, sir, you are muted, sir. Can you please unmute yourself?
I think it's okay.
Yes, sir. We are very sorry. There's some connection problem, so that's why.
Don't be sorry. We are a technological man. We understand these kind of glitches, especially the country. That's why we have this topic which you have chosen. It will help you a lot. See, again.
Sorry, we are having some internet connectivity problem. Pandey sir, if you could kindly check your internet.
Think about your mind.
Pandey sir, we are having a little internet connectivity problem from your end.
From our end.
Sir. Yes, sir, from your end.
I think I will maybe some interpreted between this. I do have a good network. I don't know. Maybe.
Yes, sir. It's dropping.
Is it okay now?
So we are just losing you.
Yes, sir.
It's okay now. So what I'm just saying, what is happening? Am I audible properly?
Yes, sir. You are audible now. Yes, sir. You are audible now.
I'm just thinking, think about your body structure. For a moment, I'm just correlating each thing with the IoT, how it's happening. You have very good sensors in your full body. Lot of sensors are there and they're actively very fine. Fully, as I just mentioned, if you have some kind of pain in your right leg, your hand will reach immediately. Just think over it, how it happens, who is guiding. And not only this, if you have the same kind of pain in the right leg, hand will reach there, it will not reach into the left one. So the sensing capacity, just see your mind give direction to your hand to reach there, to help there. And same thing happen if any kind of things are happening in your body, your senses are fully active. You go to your doctor, sometimes you touches something and immediately he responds just by sensing something. So what I'm trying to say, these sensors are very much helpful, and the same kind of things have been developed using artificial intelligence to develop a lot of things into the society. Another example I'm just taking, you'll be buildings were being made in years. Now they comes within 6 months and sometimes even 3 months also. How it is happening? Fully controlled by IoT. One another example, everybody is listen about the London Bridge, which is very old. Do you know the whole bridge is maintained through IoT? There is no set, each and everything is being controlled through IoT through a particular room, where if any kind of problem persists, immediately it is being reported and things get repaired. The same IoT is being applicable in the area of medical science very much nowadays. What is happening? Just take a case little bit about, if you are aware about cancer, the major disease which is all over the world, not only in India. What is happening in this case? The IoT, basically how it works, if any kind of damage have been done in any part of the system, immediately it will be reported to back. Take again a small example. Suppose you have a well furnished room. If one tube light is not working, the whole system have been reputed through controlled by IoT. Automatically it will be reported. If your AC is not functioning, it will be reported. So what I mean to say is the whole room is fully controlled. Just like you have talked about your car, many sensors are working, and if one sensor is having problem, it will be reported back, and immediately, until or unless you make the change, things can't be. So the same way IoT is functioning, and as I mentioned, there are no field where it can't do like that. As I mentioned in the case of cancerous study, just imagine, you'll be surprised to know in India also, maybe you know there is a one train called Cancer Express running in Punjab from Faridpur. So you imagine lot of cancer cases are coming, and how IoT is being helpful in that way. IoT is very much helpful to deal with those kind of cases, putting all those things properly, and they can diagnose me. Again, many other examples I can give you in medical science. Fully aware, this kind of programs are being organized. Rising number of cases of the breast cancer. You'll be surprised to know India is not the country which is having the maximum number of cases. Western countries are facing much more problem. But due to the same technological development, you are already aware about the mammography and all, they do it from the very early stage, and through the pattern recognition system, through the artificial intelligence, they recognize it at a very early stage, and they control the same. And here also in India also, we are doing a lot of things in that. I'm not going to discuss too much about the medical technology, but why I'm just putting point out, because IoT is helping a lot in the case of medical science. One more example I'll take with that. You'll be knowing that very soon Government of India has permitted to use the drone service to provide the medicines. Very simple example. Technically, if you are suffering from say due to heart attack in between somewhere in the road, already you are aware that nowadays the smart Fitbits are coming in. You can use your Fitbit in your hand, which is collecting all the data about your body, and that can be connected. It's automatically connected to your mobile if you're some of you are using it to fitness test of your body, which is providing you all the information of your about heartbeats, and sometimes the good watches are coming which will provide you about the BP, sugar, and all these kind of things. What I'm just trying to, it's connected through your hospital, ultimately through your mobile. If anybody reaches due to some problem in most just due to the negligence problem of this not availability of medicine in time, many deaths are occurring. Now, for your kind information, even AIIMS and many other hospitals have already signed MOU with many organizations where within no time a drone will reach at that spot having the required medicine with particular hospital. So imagine where you are able to take hours to reach the hospital. If you get some kind of remedial medicine in time, within minutes, things can be survived. So what I'm just trying to say, this is the area which is very much useful. You take anything where these things are going to be utilized. Another area which I'm talking, I'm just booking only one point, not in detail, because I have discussed Professor Saxena to make it more interactive. It will be better if you ask questions pertaining to that. Another area, you may be knowing, you have listened about the earthquakes and all. And every time you find out there are a lot of geological kind of activities happening. There was a time in India when they predict about the rain. So people are fully aware that if government have predicted the rain about today, it will at least not happen today. Very much sure about that earlier, but now things has entirely changed. So calculative, everything has put in order. If you say that within 10 minutes in the DME campus there will be rain, the rain will be there. So this is again based on the calculation things. And as I mentioned you, lot of IoT based sensors have been installed in India also. Like few sensors are installed in Uttarakhand, they are in Manipur to just predict any kind of mishappening. Like you know about the Kedarnath kind of tragedy. Now, what will happen? These sensor will give the information 24 hours before, if this kind of thing. So I think many things can be controlled through this IoT activity. And how it works, just simply I would like to mention, there is artificial intelligence, just like your mind. All multiple parallel processing is going on in your mind. Suppose at the moment you are listening a lecture also, you are attending a phone calls also, you are having something different in the mind also. Parallel activity is going on. Same kind of things, computing environment, computers are helping lot. And the basic important thing is the big data. The data, which I'll talk about how it is helping to the media personalities. What is happening, take a simple case of earthquake, as I mentioned, a little bit associated with the geological kind of things. If you just study the 1 lakh earthquakes exactly, and if you analyze properly through data analytics, which is part of this IoT, you will be able to judge something. You will find out the rules behind that, how it's happening. Do you know what is happening? All the kind of rains, the flow of water, the different kind of things which is happening, each and everything is very much calculated. And that is why you know about the so many things about the global warming, which is happening. It's nothing unusual. Because if some impact is there, definitely the impact of that will come into the nature into different parts. So what I'm trying to say with the concept of the big data, where you are able to study of thousands, lakhs of case studies, and then you will analyze something, frame some rules. Based on that, if you utilize the sensors or the computing devices, definitely they will do much more good prediction. Another example, I'm a mathematician, I'm just talking about, you may have listened about the integration and different kind of differential equations and all, whose solutions are not possible at all. You'll be able to know that through this kind of activity, through this kind of expert system, we are able to find out the solution of those equations which are not mathematically possible also. So how it is happening? Because you have the knowledge-based system, which is having the lakhs of experts' knowledge, lakhs of studies, and all of them have been analyzed properly, and then you are going to find out the data. And same thing as I told you, it's happening in the case of building. Just take an example, I have taken about how your building is being maintained. Each and every parameter is fully controlled through IoT system. I had given an example of only London Beach. Thousands building of the entire world, heritage buildings are controlled by IoT system. And now even the construction of the new building is fully controlled by IoT, and that is why you're getting too much less time. And as I mentioned, I have taken an example of cancer, things like that. You may be knowing that there is a whole body scan. And why we are scanning for whole body scan? Just to find out, is there any kind of physical change in your body? And what is just to do that, why we are doing any kind of physical change, just like as you have given an example of building, if there any kind of physical change in your any organ of your body, it may due to some kind of disease, or it could be because of cancerous or like that. And that is why the things I am saying that IoT is helping lot in this field. Now, coming to the media technologies. Just see, as I mentioned, there is no field. Today, when you are just going to write an article, Professor Saxena is there. I know he's a very hard-working person. I have seen him is working 24 hours in many programs. But I'm just saying now things become too easy for him also. If you're just thinking about a particular topic through the big data, You can get lot of information instead of searching on Google, going on here and there, collecting the lot of information. Within no time, you'll get all authentic information and you can write one of the best article possible nowadays. What I'm trying to say, instead of wasting time in searching the different things, putting things in order, you can do, or you can devote your mind in other way. Another very important thing, I was delivering lecture, nowadays lots of fake news are coming. What is happening? You people are media personality. Today you can design some kind of news and just float in the any social site, any media. You'll be surprised to know softwares are there. Within a minute they will catch you from where you have taken these kind of event, whether this news is fake or not. Within no time it can be just, and it is only because of IoT, nothing else. So those kind of things, when there is a time that lot of fake news, still people are not doing like that, and still people are coming with a new kind of stories. And as I mentioned, through this kind of sensing activity, you can be caught up at any moment. And with not only caught up means with authentic information from where you have taken this. And that is why plagiarism become a biggest issue nowadays. And now earlier, suppose you are just doing some kind of research activity. Earlier it was there that you are surrounded in a particular institution, particular university or particular area. Now things are very global. And you'll be already knowing there are many softwares which are available into the market to judge you. Put your article there, you can get your authenticity, how much authentic it is, how much information you have taken from which place, and all these kind of things. And that is why many things are coming now. There is a new dimension have already been added to your online classes, online teaching. Because here again the issue of plagiarism and all is being discussed. But how the teaching will be done? Plagiarism does not mean only that you are utilizing information for delivering the lecture, for providing, disseminating the information, for providing the other activities. So what I'm trying to say that IoT is helping lot in media to do the whole development. And at the moment, you see this is a technological impact you are able to organize through this kind of conference. You'll be already knowing we used to attend thousands of seminar, conferences and all. And now, as in the beginning, I was listening through the introduction, we are forced to do. No, but you'll be surprised to know we are in the academic environment where really teachers are not feeling comfortable, especially the teachers who are a little bit older. Although now they are much more familiar, but they are forced to do this kind of teaching, and now they are enjoying. You already mentioned, I have seen associated with the DME, lot of big seminar, lot of discussion, almost every day you people are doing. Do you think it was possible physically? No, not at all. And connecting so many people put together in a limited time, even these kind of activity can be organized at 11th hour. Kamil Saab have given me, call me, I think day before yesterday. Usually in any organizing seminar, it is very difficult. I mean, anybody, even you people can refuse to reach there. And number of times, Saxena has requested to visit DME, unfortunately not able to do. So I'm not saying it's me. The thing is that technology is helping a lot. So this is again, in the case of media, you're able to connect. Now see, you are getting the world news, entire world news within a second. Just imagine, it's very simple. Think over this mass media communication, not just 20 years back. Little bit, I was associated, as I mentioned, with Saxena, and I think around 20 years, by approximately more than that, we have seen a lot of technological changes from then on. So imagine Here you can call it by force, but I think for its, as Saxena Sahab has mentioned, we at Delhi University have delivered more than 1,000 lectures through this media. And surprisingly, we have reached more than lakhs of students easily, which was, I can say, definitely not possible through the team. And another important thing, you are able to get the best teacher. And not only this, as you say, you are recording this kind of seminar. What is the impact is? This kind of things, even if somebody is not able to attend in detail, are able to devote his time or thing to listen these things anytime through Facebook, or you are having recorded this lecture, could be put on YouTube, and everybody can be benefited to the society. And the hard work which is being done by your all media school, especially again I would like to mention Professor Saxena, I have seen him. So the hard work will be benefited to all the media school. So it's not limited to one place, and that is the impact of IoT. So in this kind of things, I think there is no area where this kind of IoT field cannot be utilized. I'm a technical person, so I don't want to use too much technicality. And as you know, I have a book on cloud computing also. Another terminology I'm little bit adding is all those your lectures, all those your information will be put not only in a particular server, it will be put into the cloud environment. You are getting a lot of things. Say, take another example which you are using, I think probably Facebook also. Now imagine you are using Facebook and your all live recording will go there. Just imagine, free of cost, you're getting this kind of facility where all these things are being stored. All these are going into the cloud. So lakhs of information which you are getting free of cost. As a media person, you must understand about this kind of activities also. Lot of information which you are putting onto the cloud. Not only this, only one video, thousands, lakhs of video, lakhs of picture, lakhs of things, and automatically the very important thing where IoT will, you can search within no time. Sometimes even your through IoT and artificial intelligence, your all behavioral activities are being noticed, are being controlled. Say for example, if you are a person expert writing an article on a particular area, the moment you search it through IoT and everything like the taking the help, next time onwards, already computer will provide you the sufficient material every day, lot of material related to you also. So they have noticed your behavioral activity. And that is why in the businesses, the IoT is helping a lot. Now you'll be surprised to know very soon, although in other countries it's already happening, there are many malls or shopping malls are there. You have to just enter into the mall. There is no counter, billing counter, enter into the mall, take as much item you want full of basket, come with that and come out. Nobody will ask you that how many items you have chosen, where you are going, who are you, nothing. Come at home. But don't think will be made. Nowadays, even, you know, in Delhi Metro and all, they're also coming with a new technology. They're just going to stop this kind of token arrangement. You go inside, your all Aries or your hand, anything they will serve. Already you know about the Aadhaar card, you so many things entered the moment. And that is why in business also, lot of things are nowadays, even the things are happening. If you don't order on the day of first or second, the essential material automatically be delivered to you at your home. Now, sometimes you get something excess, you can return that. So automatically this process is involved through IoT. So I'm talking a lot about this and you can't imagine what is going to be the reach. Another, the very important thing I'm talking, because many teachers and students are here, how IoT is being helpful. Through IoT now the systems are already in place, which you call a little bit dangerous also. a teacher can read the mind of a student immediately in the class, vice versa also. For example, I'm just putting little bit lighter way. If teachers are saying, "Ye Kamil Saab kya padha rahe? I don't able to understand. You're not still wasting time." Kamil Saab can listen immediately what he's saying, and same thing reversely possible. If teacher is not thinking good about the student, he can get back. And this I'm talking is not hi-fi. It is a real thing is happening. How it is going to be then? We call as the emotional recording. You already know, as a teacher, we understand when we face a class and when we come out from a class, as a teacher, we understand whether we are able to deliver things properly or not, whether our students are satisfied or not. This we record our internal mind. As we have talked about my body, we have a full of sensors. And as I mean, these body symptoms are already there. I'll give one more small example and then try to close. Another things about the body itself. We say that usually, although when I deliver lectures, I may get so many questions that we say that ladies are having a third eye. So if you are able to understand about a personality, you just stand in front of a woman, he can explain you within no time. They do have this kind of capability, experience. They are telling truth or not, that is another thing. But fact is that they can analyze you within a second about your personality and explain. What I'm trying to say, through this kind of artificial technology and lot of other things, media people can go a lot of change into the entire society. And that is why you are seeing nowadays in the new channels, they have a viral search. What is correct or what is not correct, analyzing through some resources, some software like that. What I mean to say, it's a very big area, and the technology which you people must understand, because it is the most responsible field of the society, because we have been already associated. So sometimes when we see the reporting which is not of a good standard, we feel ashamed that it is the duty of the people, because you have to deal with the society. So I think the IoT will help you a lot, providing the authenticity of your information, creating a new information. You just talked about your projects and other things being developed. Now, I'm not saying that take a help of IoT and immediately you can do one of the best projects which is possible. Another important thing is you can be easily recognized in the entire world, because the information, delivering your activities, having all those things in an order. So a lot of things is there. And what I would like to say in nutshell, is going to be not very much helpful. I'm not talking only helpful. You have already listened about that. Driverless cars is already there in the market. And those car is having full, only based on IoT, only full based of the senses. So you can imagine what can happen. And that is why I have just put it this in the field of media communication. You will be surprised to know much more help IoT can provide. I think I have taken a little bit, you have tried to understand what going to be the IoT and the real meaning of IoT, as I mentioned in the beginning, where things will start chatting. Now you are taking the help of mobile phone or any electronic device, other things like that. In the case of IoT, the objective is that each physical object, as I mentioned, you are sitting in a classroom, your chair will start talking with your table, your pen will start talking with your another things. Each and every that will be done automatically. Thank you very much, and I'll expect some questions if you have, please ask. Thank you once again to all of you for listening patiently.
Thank you, sir. We will be having questions from the students, but before that, there are some questions, something that I would like to ask you. I think we all agree that Internet of Things is going to help us in our daily lives, and there are some questions also related to that, how it's going to help us, and you have talked a lot about that, and you have told us the various areas where IoT is helping us, be it our daily lives or healthcare or natural disasters management and all these things. So there's one thing which I would like to ask, that usually when every automation happens, so there's always a question of new opportunities and what all job losses can be there and what new opportunities can be there. So I would like to ask that in this field, what new opportunities can be seen with the Internet of Things?
Very rightly you have asked, Kritika. We are in the field of computer science from last 30 years. And when the computers have started coming, it was a big question. Although I'm not 100% denying, because the automation will definitely put a kind of little bit problem. But usually lot of new opportunities, when computers have started coming in India, people will say that it will lose the job and all this. And today you can see our computer professors are there in the entire world. There's no country where the software professionals of India is not there. And the biggest project of the world, again I'm putting, entire world are being handled by the Indians. So this is the biggest opportunity. And another important thing what I would say, today, if you see from every village, at least one student is there in the abroad, which were earlier not possible, only because of their software technological development and things we have done. And what I'm trying to say, you see, healthcare, while you just asked about the opportunities, healthcare is the biggest issue, is still at the moment of pandemic situation, you know about the corona and all, we have seen, except Delhi or some other major cities, still you do not have the best facilities which can reach to the common people. And here IoT will help. Definitely the technology will play a very important role. Already, as I'd like to tell you, that many good hospitals have their system, remotely they are helping to their patients. So this IoT is definitely not through artificial intelligence, IoT, even you know about the Medanta, Expo, Apollo and all, many hospitals, they have a system that even if a person from a village who have access to these kind of hospitals, directly through internet of this, there are different kind of medicines and all, each and everything can be handled. And especially in the media, it is playing a biggest role. I'm not saying a small, biggest role. And that is why for you people, for all the media personalities, technology is going to be the very important. And this is another debatable subject. You can understand what is automatically, there is a time, just again, I'll take 1 minute. There was a time that just to deliver the whole news and all, everything, you required a big infrastructure. And now through this IoT system, even from at your home, you can deliver your virtual laboratory, virtual thing, and now
I think there is some technical glitch. We are not able to hear Dr. Pandey's voice.
This is a positive impact. You can
so please unmute yourself.
This is a program which you are organizing. Now, when you go for editing mode, earlier it was very difficult. You have to go take a lot of time doing like this. And now you already know there are many good softwares are available. Even if you don't have the expertise to do the sound system and all technological aspect, I'm not going that much detail. Go to chapter through that software, within no time, you can get a good quality of things. And just see at the same thing, after recording, you are putting on the YouTube and all, like there are different kind of media sources. So this is there where the technology is helping a lot. But definitely there is going to be a debate on that. Although through the data, through the analysis, it has been shown now, automation is not going to be a threat to the society. You say earlier cars were there, fully automated sensor cars are coming nowadays. Nobody is complaining because everybody is getting too much help. In household, you have a full automatic security system. In Indian system, if you are working, husband and wife both are working, they're coming out, leave your home as it is, automatically it will be closed, your light will be off, things will be, and just before coming, the moment you start from your house, some sensors are there, automatically your AC will start functioning at your home. So a lot of things are happening. But I'm not denying this, that this is a debatable subject, but what will have the impact of the things to the common people. But definitely a lot of scope is there into the file. Any other, please?
Hello, sir. Kamal this side. In continuation with what you have said, and after delivering your lecture, you have made many students curious about certain things. There is a question from Suraj Khanna. He is from the final year, B section. He has asked that, like, you are talking about drones and all these technological changes and the things which would be required in this sort of things which we are discussing. There's a lot of cost involved in it. So he is asking, is it going to burden our system, or it is finally coming to our on our end in the form of taxes? Like he's mentioned that a drone is costing around 30 to 50,000, and we would require so many drones in case we are delivering medicines or we are delivering something like that. So what is your take on this, sir?
Okay, I think this is a very important and pertinent question related to the healthcare. Now, I'd like to just mention the costing is not that much. First of the thing is like that. Now, what is happening is, if you compare with the price of healthcare facility you are getting, take a very simple thing. Somebody met with a heart attack in remotest area of Delhi, where the, say for example, good hospital is 2 or 3 kilometers, and you know about the big jams are there in Delhi. Now, if somebody met and he's having if the drone from a hospital is delivered the medicine in time, I think the cost is not cost. Drone cost is going to be there from the hospital side, and the nominal medicines and everything you are getting in time. Even today, if you go with a hospital, there is no less cost for kind of medicines and all. Here, this is the kind of facility which you are getting in real time. That is more thing. I understand what curiosity about that. And another important thing I'd like to mention, this sensor activity is not too costly. If you install a camera at your home, hardly costing 2,000-3,000 rupees. And as I mentioned, would like to, there are many students. I can request to some of you also to begin with some entrepreneurship activity also. We at Delhi University have a big cell of entrepreneurship cell, which is providing a very common thing. I think these students can take up this job, and small activity, and then some sensors are coming into the too much less cost. If I put it 3, 4, 5 rupees cost sensors, I'm not going to about the quality really at the moment, but things are not that much costly. But the important thing that you're getting a facility. Now you talked about that, being a computer person, I just like to, people are handling a good telephone, this mobile phone of costing 30-40,000. And we sometimes ask how much you are using it. What is the usability of that? Say maybe they are using only 1 or 2% of that kind of things. So I think cost is relevant, but if you are meeting any kind of health hazard and this kind of activity, this is going to be too less. Because these drone and are being had by the hospitals. And if you say some ambulance will reach, even ambulance is also too much costly. So understanding the meeting that health and the life hazard is more important than this cost factor. So I understand this kind of facility must be there. And recently government has permitted, I would like to just only for this purpose, to meet the, one more example, maybe just 2 months back, we have got the Times of India has reported all this report. AIIMS has already signed MOU with an agency which is dying person's eye bank is there. Now, you know, if a person died at any place, and if within a limited time, if you don't take those organs become useless. So in time, if the drone will reach, we are saving the organ, you are getting much more. So that is the thing I would like to mention here. Cost is going to be there definitely, but not that is too much. But the important thing, you are saving the life of a person. That is more important.
Sir, one very pertinent question which our final year student Mohsin Alkab has asked regarding the explosion that took place yesterday in Beirut. He is asking whether it would have been averted using IoT and other technologies.
I think this is again very important. See, what is happening, IoT is basically, as I mentioned, the part of this is, he's a journalism student. I understand he's having that much broader mind, he can understand. What I'm trying to do, we have a big data. Big data means all the data which you have collected. We collected data and those data is being analyzed. That is the objective which you are using in IoT. Now, regarding this kind of things, lot of political developments are involved, and which is, in my opinion, you people are very smart, is totally unpredictable. All the big data will come one side and this is going to be entirely different. So anything, any kind of natural things are happening, the data which would have been collected and properly analyzed, definitely this answer can be organized. See, if you analyze all the intelligence input properly, how the police is taking a decision. Now there are systems which predict something about yourself. You go, put out the rules all, and automatically they predict. So all the data which was available in Beirut, which you're talking earlier, Beirut is not this is the first time. In the beginning also, this was a place where many things are happening. So if all those data would have been collected properly, analyze things, so at least this kind of predictions or this kind of intelligence input would have been given to the police or the other personalities that this may lead something. So they would have taken the precaution. And now you are very much right, this kind of technology is already available. You know listen about the Patriot missile. Even the biggest missile can be captured in air. So this kind of facility is there. What I mean to say, if they would have done a study properly, they would have taken the intelligence sources, each and everything properly, many things can be avoided.
One more question from the same student.
Right,
He is asking,
please.
can IoT develop adversity quotient in human beings so that it could prevent suicides? He is willing to put this question.
He's very much right, and this is a very pertinent question. Just days before in a medical science, now I was not thinking too much discuss, but I am coming to the point we have opened, because this is IoT is helping in medical science a lot. Take example, in IoT we are using a nanotechnology also, which I haven't discussed because the time was less. I was not in a lecturing mood. I was just thinking you have to be aware. Now, very rightly, if you're suffering from blood sugar, blood pressure, this kind of suicidal and kind of these small microchip can be inserted in your body, which will take care of all those things. And it's happening. Although it is a costly affair, as he mentioned there, but technology is there already. This kind of needs for controlling, and not only this, even very recently the developments are coming in mind. Many things can be controlled by utilizing those kind of microchips and all through IoT. So they do have, and not only this, even suppose things are not coming. I mean, I don't know whether what I'm saying is today 100% correct or not. If you are not good in physics, if some chip have been inserted in your mind to know a lot of things about the physics and on item, it will happen, it is happening, and things can be done. So it's not impossible and mathematically. Although one more thing, Kamil sir, your mind is supercomputer. You have to thank the God, Allah, whatsoever it is. The creativity which I have been given to you, I have not discussed today. I was just thinking to discuss about your mind. Biggest computer is your full control is there, your neurological system, so complicated system. Just imagine, I'm just see your all hand, each and every organ of your body is going to be. I'll just take a small example. You know, there is a field called biocomputing. You have say listen different type of musical instrument, and if you just listen sometime flute, you'll be easily recognize this thing just by this is the sound of a flute. To do this thing for a computer, you require thousand more than computer to understand things very well, where your small ear is doing. So just understand the function of only one organ. So that is why I'm saying you have to be very much thankful to your God and all about all those things, any kind of who have created your mind. So instead of inserting the chip in the mind, this mind is a supercomputer. And that is why being a computer scientist, still we say that this is the supercomputer which you are aware, thousands computer cannot deal with this kind of. So although technological support is there, technological system is there, and as I mentioned, one more thing which I am talking about, although it is two things is going to be, now even the cloning system is also coming into this very soon, because you have opened the thing. Cloning means what is happening is nowadays you are talking, we are discussing this lecture utilizing the Zoom forum or like that. You can see the face, we can see the action. Do you think, Kamil Sahab, it is possible to understand the lecture? One portion of Kamil Sahab physically is there, one clothes is coming to the Delhi University, and Dr. Pandey have physical discussion going back. And what I am talking is not hi-fi. Very soon it is going to be a reality. You need not to talk only through your mobile phone.
My next question was regarding this only.
This thing will happen very soon.
Talking about the possibilities and
I'm not getting, please.
We are talking about the possibilities. I am just very curious to know how much time we will take to, see these things in our life, and how much time it will take to, use these technologies. Can you predict something?
Kamil Sahab, I think don't try to be too curious about many things are happening which you can't understand. So much changes are coming and still things are happening. As I say, if you're a little bit science student, if you're aware, till now the machine-based technology, what we understand, what is the machine and all is going to be there. The entire technological system is changing. In other words, I say, as an academician, although it is not a good forum, whole physics is changing. Entire science concept are going to be changed when things are coming. I mean, see, I was just there in the participation of a seminar yesterday with some IIT people that are doing a lot of things. When exact 25 years back, mobile phone has come. And those directors, I'm naming those, the director of this IIT Delhi and director of this IIT Kanpur, they are very much working in the field of 5G. And they were the people since beginning. And if you listen the lecture, you'll find out the YouTube or anywhere, they are material available on IIT. You'll be surprised to know what will happen in next few days. So I think try to maintain those curiosity, Kamil Sahab, and many things will happen. But as you know, there you may see many fantasy and all. What is happening, what is going to be the end of technology, you people have to debate that also. Because technological things are happening very fast. Many things of the fundamental things are changing very fast. 5G is already in the market, and still we have started discussing about the 6G. The meaning is that Kamil Sahab will, with the whole body, will go there anywhere and automatically flowing things like that. Anyhow, there's so many things are being happen and possibilities are there. People are working, and lot of technological development will take place very soon.
I'd like to ask one question.
Please.
Since we are having so many media students with us,
Please, I think, Kritika, I'm not getting your voice clear.
Yes.
Hello, Kritika, I'm not getting your voice clear, please.
Sir, you can carry on with what you were telling.
No, I'm, you are asking some question, probably.
Yes, sir. There's a question by Ankit Sharma. How can cloud attack be prevented, and the major data that is being stored in the cloud, how can that be saved?
I think, again, Ankit, your very important question here, but we are working, lot of security systems are being already in place, and that is why the cloud things are there. We have a lot of technological firewalls to control the entire system of the cloud, and that is why the cloud is the safest. But as you say, any man of technology can't give any guarantee to any system. For example, you are doing this kind of lecturing, you're utilizing a mode, and every day you are listening that people are stealing your data. It's happening. I'm not saying, I'm denying as a computer person, nothing is impossible. So lot of things mishappening, or things are happening in like that. And lot of big control, and people are working day night to control all those kinds of technological things. And that is why the safest thing is going to be the cloud environment. And every day, lot of new developments are taking place to secure those kind of things. And that is, we are maintaining the security. But again, Ankit, I would like to mention here, it is not, you can't say that today we are absolutely sure what will happen tomorrow. That can't be done, say. But till now, we are putting a lot of technological things, lot of firewalls, a lot of, say, coding system is going to be there to control those kind of cloud data, you can put it like that.
But Professor Pandey, despite all technological advancements which are happening, and as you explained very vividly, this will make the life easy. This will also be helpful in health and so many aspects, obviously. But then one major question remains there always, and that is the question of the data security. Security is always an issue, and despite everything said and done either by the government or by the technologists, everybody is worried about the data protection. And there were even talks that the government is bringing a separate legislation for that, though in a way it is covered in IT Act 2010. But then despite this, this is one area which the government has not taken care of till date. And all kind of data which is there, I mean, as an individual, every person, I mean, whether it's the data about somebody's research or whether it's the data about somebody's bank details and all, this, I mean, cyber security and data protection, these issues are very, very pertinent. What will you say on this?
First of thing, I'm in totally agreement with you. That's right, absolutely. But there is a reason behind that. Government is working too much. I'll just give few examples. I have a book on cyber law also. You already know it. What is happening? A lot of changes are coming. Earlier, data, the amount of data was very limited. Now, just imagine, take a case of nowadays. Even DME would have probably organized 100 seminars. So just see volume, just see imagine of data. If say it is 10 TB, just imagine 10 TB data is going to be there. It is of the one institution. Every day people are creating now with the infrastructure technology. Even if you just ask your all students, they can create a film. Earlier what you are doing in a composition, they can independently, they can do. So huge amount of data is increasing. And another dimension is the data is not structured today. Totally unmanageable, unstructured data type of data is there. It could be a voice also, it could be a film also, it could be a mixing, so many things are going to be there. And every day a lot of things are there. So what I mean to say is behind that is not a one particular rule can address all those things. Not only this, even when government started, as I mentioned, when we have started writing book, IT Act 2000 was there, which was serving purpose at the end. Although in India we start little bit late, then IT in 2008 it have been again changed. Recently some more rules have been changed. So what is happening? So much creativity is happening in your environmental activity, everything anew. Like for example, take this kind of, earlier, I'm a teacher, that's why I'm with the teachers also being an teacher. Teachers were fully opposing, especially I'm talking about Delhi University, are totally against about the online lectures. They are not interested at all. They shown that it will not serve the purpose and it will not do. But anyhow, because you have rightly pointed out, you can say it by forcibly or by whatsoever, by the and even government wants to introduce. And still I am saying that the government is framing new rules for online also. So when the things will arise, automatically government start thinking, and it is not only in our country. This kind of problem, you listen about this Pentagon, Russians, even the Chinese, who are supposed to be the biggest theft, again I'm putting.
So there is some connection issue, I think, sir. We are not able to listen to you. Here I would like to say that this was really a very, very insightful session. And we have with us Dr. Saxena and Dr. Susmita Bala, head TME Media School.
Use quantum computing, quantum encryption and all. So that is going to be the solution. Second part about this government rules, actually government really little bit delay, but still there are a lot of changes are coming. So what will happen that today if the Ministry of Technology make rules, immediately after a month, they say that something new has come. As you said, today we are discussing about the cloud. It's very safest. I can assure you as a computer scientist, it is safe, but we can't say this is 100% safe, because there are same people who are developing this for a good thing, they are involved in bad thing also. So when this kind of development will take, so there is a question mark on the data security. Again, I'm putting one example. We in Delhi University, in our School of Open Learning, have bought the software, not using any other software, only because we have the data of lakhs of students, more than 5 lakh students. And data security was the biggest threat. That's why we bought this licensed software from Microsoft Teams. And we are strictly created for all students, 2.5 to 3 lakh IDs through the team. We have started delivering lectures through that. Still, I am not sure if things can happen, but we are trying to just to avoid the data security. That is the biggest issue. We have to do like that. So I think government is doing, but even reluctant point is that lot of new changes every day is coming. So this becomes the biggest issue, but still it's data security. Yeah. Government and cyber person must address.
Yeah. Kritika, you asked the question that you are asking, and then we should wind up the session.
Sir, I was just asking one last thing, that since we are having media students with us, so what new immersive technologies are there in the newsroom? So if you can briefly tell about that.
I think you're very, Kritika, you people are very fully aware, but what I am just trying to discuss from my perspective, lot of technological support is there to all the media students. Now it is up to them how the best these things can be used as a tool. I think I will request you, for example, you have very rightly pointed out, you just use all these softwares as a tool. You do have your own mind, you have your creativity. Try to develop those things, utilizing your mind using this tool. Don't try to be dependent on them fully. That is my advice in that way, because a lot of softwares are there. You can all, but still your ideation is your own. And that ideation is much more better than any things which are available into the market. For example, as I mentioned, a lot of softwares are there, good software, you can develop each and everything. Even no need to write a news also, articles will be also built up on that, and you can create, just think over that, it will do. But still your creation, your original creativity, What I'm trying to say, use all these tools, good tools, to help you to provide, make it more creative. One of the something which is, you can say, good in nature are where your all idea is being reflected what you want to see. That's I'd like to say, because there is a lot of technological support there. If I say, and even you can create your own something. Suppose you have developed some new ideation with these kind of software technology, you too can create your own. That's, I just mentioned, you can take this project. Government is providing you the free of cost funding is there proper. As an entrepreneurship cell, you do can develop a small program, a small creativity, and anything that you can do. So these are the new things. Technological support is there, but again, your hard work, your creativity, your the new idea to develop the things, you have to use this tool as a technological tool and try to develop. That is the thing.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. This was indeed a very enlightening and very insightful session, and I'm very sure that our students have got a lot to learn from your lecture today. Now, I would like to, we have with us Dr. Susmita Bala, Head DME Media School. So I would request ma'am to say a few words. Ma'am, please wait. Ma'am, please, can you please, I would request you to say some words.
Hello, Dr. U.S. Pandey. The session of Mr. Pandey is so enriching, very informative, and I think latest information were there. The students benefited for with their lecture, I think. So thanks, Professor Pandey. Thanks a lot to enlighten our students. Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. I would now like to request Dr. Ambrish Saxena to say some concluding remarks.
I think I need not to say anything now, because whatever was to be said, I mean, all such vital information, latest information, all technological developments, everything has been told in detail, and I'm sure the students would have been benefited by this. So I thank you, Professor Pandey, and I thank you all those who were there in the session. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Indeed, it was very informative.
So,
session.
Kritika, I'd like to just say one word.
Yes,
First, actually, I really thankful Professor Saxena, Susmita ji, Kritika, and Kamil Saab, and all dear students. It was really a great pleasure exactly to have an interaction with all of you. And there are very good questions also, although a lot of things because less of times, because it's a very big area and very interesting, definitely. So thank you once again to providing this opportunity. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. It was really great for us to have you with us to talk on this such topic. Now, while concluding the session, I would like to inform all the students and everyone gathered that we have another session today at 1:50 p.m. for media research. And the topic is media research, what and why. The session will be taken by Dr. Meera Desai, Professor and Head, Department of Extension and Communication, SMDT, Women's University, Mumbai. And tomorrow, that is on 6th August, we will be discussing about the core issues of development with Dr. Sarvesh Dutt Tripathi, University School of Mass Communication, Guru Gobind Singh Indraprasth University, and radio program formats with Ms. Kajal Suri, Program Executive, All India Radio Delhi, and how to appreciate a film with Mr. Prince Shadwell, independent filmmaker, Mumbai. So students, I hope that you will gain a lot from these lectures also, and will continue this journey of information and interaction for the upcoming days. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
At Delhi Metropolitan Education DME, we have an excellent infrastructure. We have a studio for production which is known as Studio 62. It was inaugurated by Tigmanshu Dhulia, who is a noted filmmaker. And within the studio, we have so many facilities. We have a chroma setup, we have a news setup, we have a chat room setup. And since floor is splendid, we can shoot any kind of program. We also have a separate radio studio.
And we have also organized Mega Film Festival SIFI and International Conference ICANN, and received lots of films and received lots of paper in that conference.
For a college, the software is very important. In my college, the software comprises of three things. First is the teaching. Second is the research, and third is the mentoring. With the help of these three softwares, we train a student in such a manner that placement is just a byproduct.
One of the essential features of law school at DME is its well-equipped moot court. Since its inception, DME has organized several moot court competitions and workshops just to enhance the mooting skills, which have been conducted under the distinguished guidance of various luminaries from bench, bar and academics.
Judicial Training Academy is the most shining feature of Delhi Metropolitan Education, Noida. We have a huge library to help out our students with more than 15,000 books, including Helsbury's Laws of England.
DME has a very robust library infrastructure that not only caters to the curriculum needs of the students and the teachers, but also provides a great academic ambience. The library is equipped with latest books, journals and other e-resources.
At DME, we not only believe in academic excellence, but we also provide platform to students to showcase their talent through big open amphitheatre, beautiful auditorium, multi-purpose seminar hall, equipped with world-class facilities. Recently, we have conducted Cultural Fest Aloha in January 2020 and Anugunj, that is the Universal IP Fest, in February 2020.